Oh, hello,
Oh, hello.
and welcome to the Comic Queens podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie. And today we're super happy to have you here with us. We're actually really excited because 2023 has gone by really quickly.
We have read a lot of stuff in 2023.
A lot of different webcomics. And at a certain point, we're both proud and a little bit afraid of the power that we yield here. So, in any case, today we're going to be doing our year-end rankings of just different titles that we've completed reading here in 2023 and trying to figure out kind of what our ultimate thoughts were. Today, we're going to be focusing on some series that Alex has read that I have not touched this year.
Yes.
But again, in this 3-part series, we're just going to start out and see what you were feeling.
All right, so I'm just going to run through this list A to Z. And the first one is actually #muted.
Where does the hashtag fit in the alphabet? Exactly.
At the beginning.
Okay.
According to Google Sheets, it's at the beginning.
There we go.
You heard it here first.
So what did you think about #muted?
Okay, so Muted is a really good series. What caught me about this one is the art. It's like gorgeous. I mean, I don't have to say that for every single one, but I will say that for this one because it's just like soft palette, very pink, very light and bright, and it was just so pretty.
Does it fit the mood?
It fits the mood. And so this one is about Jasper and Kai. They're both struggling on their own when they meet, and they actually meet in a library where Jasper works, and they kind of hit it off, but Kai is not able to speak, so they have to communicate like without speaking directly to each other.
Oh.
And they are still able to connect and like still just like grow together. It's actually like I think shows them throughout a year in their life, and like just shows their relationship as they like grow and stuff.
I love that.
And I love it. It's so good. I will say this one for me is, did we say what our rating scale is?
So the rating scale is essentially going to start out at like a top tier of S tier.
Yes.
And it goes A, B, C, D, F afterwards.
Okay.
So S being like ultimate. Superb. And then F being failure, get it out of my sight.
Yes. So this one I will rate an A.
Okay.
It's really good, but not perfect. I think for me, it was a little bit short, but I love the storyline. I love the characters. The art is gorgeous. So overall, liked it.
I love that. It sounds great. I'll have to give it a read in 2024.
You will. It is one that I read as a daily pass on Webtoon, so it took me a little bit longer for the short series. I want to say it's about 40 episodes or so, but I read like one a day.
Okay.
So it took me a little while to read, but yes, well worth it, and I highly recommend reading that one. The next on my list is Broken Melody, which I have talked in depth about before, so I won't go into the storyline too much, but basically it's just a beautiful story about two broken piano prodigies that learn to let others in and find their own peace and heal after tragedy and heartbreak.
Can you say broken piano prodigies 3 times fast?
No, I'm amazed that I could say it once, so that's all you get.
I'm amazed you said it once too. So what did you think of this one? Where does it rank?
This is an S for me. This
Okay.
is absolutely top tier. I love the story. The characters just have so much growth. I love this story. I recommend it to anyone and everyone to read.
I mean, it sounds really, really good. I will say you have talked about it in depth, and I have yet to start it, but mostly because I don't think it's still on Manta.
It's not on Manta. It is on Legion, though.
Okay.
Which we are now
We're dipping our toes
in.
I hate when we do this.
It happens way too often.
We apologize to anybody and everybody listening.
Every time.
Every time. So how about Corridor of Murs?
Okay, so Corridor of Murs, I just talked about in our Leaving Soon episode. And this one, again, I adored this one. So basically, this is about Nabi, and she learns about the world of Merce and Reapers, and she's trying to control her own powers that she has just discovered that she has, and her family's, like, history and how they're involved with, like, the creator of the world, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's a romance fantasy. Again, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous art. I would rank I started off so well with this one as an A.
Okay.
It's not absolutely perfect, but it is a beautiful story.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one on my list is Dear Door, which I think is a popular one. I have seen a lot of people read it. It's always in Manta's top 10 list. And I didn't like it.
Why not?
There are too many side characters.
Okay.
It is so distracting. There is just so much going on. Like, overall, the story is about Kyung-joon and Kang. And basically, this is about hell coming to Earth. Kane comes and he is trying to battle to take control of the world. Or take control of hell back from the powers that be who are trying to take it over from him.
Okay.
And he needs a door to travel between the worlds, between hell and Earth. And Kyung-joon is that door. So he's, like, super protective of him.
Is he a human?
He's a human, but he's also a door. I'll let you imagine how that works.
Is this like one of those things on Book Talk where everybody's talking about the door, like, smutty stories? Where somebody's intimate with their door?
He's a person. He's not a door.
We just need to clarify that one.
He, like, uses his soul to travel between the worlds.
Okay.
And if his soul gets damaged and he dies, then Kane will be stuck in whatever world that he's in. So he's, like, super protective of him at first because he's like, you can't die. And then he's, like, protective of him because he loves him.
Okay.
And I don't know. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
So, if it was just the main story and there weren't all of the side characters, would you be giving it a different rating?
I think I might give it a different rating. But as it stands now, I'm going to go ahead and give this a D.
Okay.
For door.
D for door. I mean, D could stand for a lot of different things, but it does make sense here. So
it does.
That makes sense.
So the next one is Dragon Sitter. Dragon Sitter, again, is one that we just talked about on Manta's Leaving Soon. So, again, won't go into too much depth here, but basically this is about Corette, who takes a job as a dragon sitter for the age-old dragon Axela, who is the last dragon. And at first, Axela doesn't want her there, but he slowly begins to warm up to her, and Corette is taken by the queen in order to force Axela into war against an opposing country. And they're kind of battling through that. So it's a really, really good story. Again, this one I'm giving an A.
Okay.
I would give it an S, I think, if it didn't have the main character being raised by the love interest.
Yeah, the kids and the adults. We've been through this rant before, and it just needs to end.
We won't subject you again, but that is why it doesn't get a perfect rating from me.
We're silently protesting. Or I guess not silently.
Silently. We're not silent.
We're not silent. That's not one of our strong suits. So how about My High School Romance? This is one that I actually tried reading.
And gave up on?
And I just kind of lost interest on it. So I'm curious what your feelings were.
So My High School Romance is, I started reading it because I saw on Manta Reddit, someone had compared this to Salt Friend and said it's very similar to Salt Friend. Mm-hmm. And I love Salt Friend, so I had to give it a go. And this one is about Seung-hun and his twin brother Yi-hun. They've relied on each other all their lives, despite not living together. And Seung-hun is worried that he's losing his brother when he sees his brother interacting with Yoojin. Mm-hmm. And so to prevent his brother from being friends with Yoojin, he asks Yoojin to date him. And it kind of just goes from there. Like, they're both really stubborn, so neither one of them want to admit, like, that they actually like each other, and it's just like high school going on the whole time. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite.
It sounds like high school.
Yeah, it is very high school. It's not my favorite. It's not bad. I'm going to put it right in the middle as a C.
Okay. That makes sense. Maybe I'll have to give it another go. It just sounds like, yeah, kind of like the knockoff version of Salt Friend.
Yeah. And the art of this one, I know it's not your favorite style. I like it. It's kind of a harsh line. It's like a little rough around the edges, but I like it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible.
You know what I actually did really like about this one is you flip through the panels like a book instead of scrolling top to bottom for the episodes.
Fun.
And that was a unique experience that I did like.
Yeah. It feels more like reading a book, actually.
Yeah.
So, super cool.
Okay, so after that, we have Neeptide. This one, the reason that I started reading this one is because I saw the tagline, which is, the sun or the moon, who do I choose? And I love that. I'm drawn to anything that says sun and moon, so that, I mean, it drew me in right away. But this one is about Siwoon and Dobin and Daebum. And basically, Siwoon and Dobin have been friends forever. They're like childhood besties. And they believe that they kind of only have each other. Like, they don't really have other friends. They have, Siwoon has a mother. I don't remember what Dobin's parent situation is. But they kind of just rely on each other a lot.
Yeah.
And then Siwoon goes and starts swimming. I'm also drawn to any story that involves swimming because I just love swimming. And he ends up like joining a club for swimming and then ends up joining a diving group to learn how to dive.
Very cool.
And this is where he meets Daebum. And Daebum is like pursuing him and is actually like a really experienced diver, but pretends to not be to get to know Siwoon. And so they start dating and like it's a whole thing of, it's like a love triangle situation, which you know is not my favorite kind of story. So overall, this one is fine, but there's nothing that stands out to me that says like this was a great story.
Okay.
So again, gonna go with a C on this one.
Okay. A nice average ranking.
Yeah. A non-memorable ranking.
Aw. Poor Neeptide.
I know. Okay, so moving on to No Love Zone. The No Love Zone is an office romance, which kind of knocks it up one for me because I love an office romance.
I immediately just smiled at you. I knew.
You know, I've read every single office romance.
I'm sorry.
On
Is
Manta.
it just a regular romance, or is this one perhaps? Oh, I don't know. A boy love.
It is. It's a boy love office romance. So, I mean, I liked this one. It's about Young-kyum and Ji-hyuk, and Yoon-kyum is an office worker, and Ji-hyuk is his new boss. And he kind of quickly has an attraction to him because he's like, this man is gorgeous. Mm-hmm. He's my new boss, but he's gorgeous. But then kind of steps back a little bit because Ji-hyuk is kind of like really bossing him around and like super on his case about everything at work. And so he's like, what's going on? He's not acting like this with anyone else. Like, why has he singled me out? Why is he so mean to me?
Yeah, why me?
And come to find out that they actually knew each other in high school. And Yoon-kyum rejected Ji-hyuk in high school. And so he's kind of getting back at him for that.
Oh, no!
And he doesn't even remember him at all because he, like, you know, had a growth spurt. But still, I think you would remember people. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, we're pretty far removed from high school. I feel like there are people I wouldn't recognize.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I probably wouldn't.
I mean, I guess it depends on how much they interacted before he got rejected in the first place.
Who knows? But anyway, it's a pretty good story. I'm going to give this one a B.
Okay.
It's not as good as some other office romances that I've read, but it's still pretty good, and it's still an office romance.
Still an office romance.
Okay, next one is called Offstage. And this one is about a K-pop group, which we've read a couple of K-pop group ones as well.
Yes. We've read some K-pop group ones.
Yeah. We have.
It's a nice little trope that we have going.
Yes. But this one is about Jaehyuk and Hyun, and they are two members who break off to do their own duo in a group. And this happens because one of the other members gets injured, and one of the other members is, like, in a movie or something. And so basically to keep the group going, like during this time when they're taking a break from the group, they have the kind of duo start up.
Mm-hmm.
And Jae-hyuk is like super excited about this, but Ha-eun is like not super excited about this. And you come to find out that the reason that Jae-hyuk is excited about this is because he's had a crush on Ha-eun forever and, like, is super excited to get the chance to have, like, more one-on-one time with him.
Yeah.
So it's really about, like, them having a personal relationship and a professional relationship and how they manage that and, like, being with their group and being together and not being able to tell anyone because they're a part of a K-pop group, so they can't be in a relationship because they want people to be in love with them.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. It's cute. It's not my favorite. Again, I'm going to give that one a B.
Okay. That's a solid score. A lot of these are high up on the list.
Yeah, I like a lot of things, so there's not many on here that I'm probably going to rate, like, super low. So, other than Dear Door.
Or Dear Door.
Or Dear Door by itself. I don't know. We'll see. There's probably a couple on here that I could make lower, but not this next one.
Okay.
This next one is called Pearl Boy.
Okay.
Which is, you've heard me talk about this one a lot.
Just a couple of times.
I love this series. I have to give a very serious trigger warning for this one that it is not for the faint of heart. It has got a lot of trauma in it, and it's like traumatic themes throughout the whole thing. Yeah. So I can't recommend this one without giving, like, that very clear warning. It's not for everyone. I understand that, but the art is gorgeous, and the main characters, Dushik and Juha, have such a beautiful relationship. So it's basically about Dushik and Juha. They're both struggling to survive when they meet. And they form a connection and kind of fall in love. And throughout the series, they experience traumatic things. Like, they've experienced them in their past, they experience them together, but their relationship is, like, really good. And so I love it. It's kind of like us against the world is really what I would classify that as. I love this one, but again, trigger warnings all over the place on this one.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm giving it an S rating.
Okay. Yeah, for you, I mean, it's totally personal preference at that point, what you can handle.
Yeah.
And I know, like, you recommended Painter of the Night, and I told everybody in the other series highlight that Painter of the Night is very similar.
Yeah.
Lots of trigger warnings.
And Painter of the Night is easier to read than Pearl Boy. And I've told you not to read it because I don't think that you'll like it.
I am of the faint heart.
Okay, so moving away from that, we have Ripple Rooter. Again, one that I just read, so I won't go into too much detail. This is about Vincent. He's a supernatural messenger. He delivers the gift of fate to humans.
Ooh.
And Arugio, who is a cop who is drawn back to his childhood town where Vincent lives, and he wants to uncover the truth about a murder case from his childhood. And while he's there trying to uncover that case, more murders are happening around him. And so he's trying to figure out, like, what's going on with these murders? Is Vincent involved? Was my friend's father involved? And so it's a supernatural mystery. I love a mystery. So this one I'm giving an A.
Okay.
And I probably would give this one higher if it weren't a little bit difficult to read. And I went into why it was a little difficult for me to read it last time.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why it doesn't get a perfect score for me.
I got you. So next on the list, Alex.
Okay.
I know it's your personal favorite. But Salvation is on there.
Okay, so I've ranted about Salvation on here as well, so I again won't go into too much detail. But basically, Salvation is about Minhu, who falls into a pond and wakes up in a new world, Ubraid. And when he wakes up, he discovers that he's a prophesized hero from the Lunari, and he must marry the Emperor Sioen. That's like a very short gist of the story.
Yeah.
I'm giving this one a D. The reason I'm giving it a D is the ending. I am still upset that Minhoo never learned the truth about Seoin and how deceptive he was for the entire series.
That's a long time.
It was a long time.
Well, and I mean, even then, you hope the best for your characters after the story has ended.
And I know that the best isn't happening.
Yeah, if they didn't have any conflict resolution.
Yeah. So, very sad.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
That's a fair one.
Okay, so next on the list is Spring the Color of Love. Again, this is one that I've recommended to you. You haven't read it yet.
I have not.
But it's a really good one, and I still recommend that you read it.
I will eventually. It's on the list.
The ever-growing 400 point list.
The ever-growing list.
But, so this one is about Cheong-sun and Gong-hyun, and they meet in college when damage to a building drives Cheong-sun's class to the music building, which is where Gyeong-hyun is because he's a piano major. And they instantly bond and, like, are not in a relationship, like, defined, but they're in a relationship.
Okay.
And they end up, like, separating due to life circumstances. Gyeong-hyun has to go to America. He's, like, from a very wealthy family who, like, it's one of those cases where your family kind of decides what you do. So he has to go to America, and he leaves Cheong-sun behind. And they separate for 10 years. And then Cheong-sun works at a hotel. He's, like, the top dog manager at this big hotel.
Aww.
And Gong-hyun comes in, and his family owns that hotel, and he's coming in as the new, like, CEO boss of the hotel. And so they reconnect through that and get back together, kind of find their way back to each other. The last episode of this is just beautiful. There's a scene with a notebook, and it's just, I reread it today in prep for this episode. It's just so good. So, this one I'm going to give an S.
Ooh.
I really like this one.
Superb.
The next one is a short one, which we're going to get into short series in a future episode a little bit more.
Yeah.
But this one will be on that list. I'll kind of go into more detail then. But for now, this one is called The City of Wind. It's about Jun and Haru. And they go, so when Jun was young, he finds this path, and he's traveling this path alone, and he ends up getting lost.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lady on the path who says, talks to him and says, I can help you get back to where you need to go.
Yeah.
And then years later, Jun and Haru, his friend, go back because Jun is like, I found this path. I really want to re-find it. And so they go back, and when they get there, they discover that this is not a friendly place. It's kind of scary. It's eerily quiet. There's not much going on, and there are monsters.
Yeah.
And something bad happens to Haru, and Jun meets Ren, he lives there, he was born there, he is a resident of this place where they are. And when Jun meets Ren, he asks him to help Haru. And so the story goes from there, where he asks Ren to help, and Ren agrees to kind of help Haru and get both of them back to their own world. And that's a pretty long description for how short the episode is, but it's not giving much away. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous story. Super short. You could read this very, very quickly. And I'm going to give this one an S, too. It is so good. The ending is beautiful. I love this one.
Okay.
So, I might go into more detail when we do our short series, but it's such a good story.
It sounds so good.
The next one is The Director Who Buys Me Dinner, which is an office romance.
Really? And is it just a regular office romance?
It's a boy love office romance.
Okay, there we go. We got there.
So, this is about Dong Baek, and he's an employee at Min Entertainment, and his director is Yudam. And when he first starts, Udam asks him to come to his office, and so Don Bieck comes to his office, and Udam says, I have lived 3 lives, and we have to date, otherwise we're both gonna die.
Okay.
It's good. I like this one. I read this one a long time ago. This is one of the first ones that I read. I read this before we even started keeping a list of the ones that we were reading. So, you know how long that was.
That's impressive.
I'm going to give this one a B.
Okay.
It's pretty good. The ending is good. It felt short. It's one of those ones where it's not totally satisfying at the end.
To be fair, who are we to say? We could sit there and just have nonsense episodes
That's
of
true.
entire fluff.
That's true. Like, I want at least 10 to 20 episodes where they're just living their day-to-day lives.
Yes.
This doesn't have that, but it does have closure. You get closure that you want and need, and it's a good ending. It's just not extended enough for me.
I think that's fair.
Okay, so moving on to The Perfect Replacement. This one is about a boy named Do-yoon, and he has a twin sister called Do-ha, and he wakes up one day to discover that his sister is gone and has been replaced by an alien from another world. And he soon learns that Do-ha was chosen to be a hero to save another world called Rowald. And the alien, who he names Moon-young, is there to be a stand-in for his sister so that no one notices that she's gone and off saving the world.
I mean, does she look like the sister?
So he is that's his job, basically. Like, he was created to be a stand-in for, not specifically for Do-ha, but just in general. Yeah, he was created to be a stand-in. And so but he's not very good at it. And so he needs Do-yoon to be his guide and try and help him act like his sister, because they're twins, so they know each other pretty well.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I mean, you look like her, but you're not acting like her, and people are noticing. And so it's kind of just going from there. It's a really, really cute one. I liked it.
Really cute.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. I'm going to give this one a B, though.
Okay.
Because I don't really remember the ending that well, and I feel like if it were a really, really good ending, I would remember it more.
That's understandable. Sometimes they blend together.
I mean, we have read so many, so who knows if it's the story's fault or if it's just my fault.
It's our fault.
It's our fault. Yeah, I do know it's my fault.
So the next one on the list, I actually had added to my list for a while.
Did you add it?
Yes, but I have not read it.
Okay.
So I am curious to see what you thought. It's called The Reaper and the Waiting.
Okay, I love this one. So this is a story about a Grim Reaper and a soul that refuses to move on and follows him everywhere.
Aww.
And the soul, he is named Waiting, because the Grim Reaper is like, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm waiting. And he goes, do you have a name? And he goes, I'm waiting. And he's just like,
that's his introduction. He's not telling you he's waiting.
Yeah, he's telling you, I am waiting.
I am. That's who I am.
And Waiting, the soul, remembers their shared past. So they have a shared past. We don't, as the reader, until later on, know what that is, but you know that they know each other. You just don't know how. And so it's basically about the Grim Reaper going on his journey as a Grim Reaper. He has to do this for a set amount of time before a new Grim Reaper comes along, and Waiting is just with him the whole time.
Aww.
I love this one. The art in this one, I have read 2 other stories by this artist. I love the art style. It's pretty unique, I would say. I haven't seen anything else like it out there. And I think that this artist really likes mermaids, because The Waiting has a long kind of spiritual tale, no legs or anything. And then the other 2 stories are both about mermaids. And they do a phenomenal job with the drawing style. I love it.
I'm so convinced I need to read it.
You need to read it. And the other 2, which the other ones are Fathoms of Atonement, and I can't remember the other one. I'll have to look it up.
Yes.
But yeah, Fathoms of Atonement is also really good. Just kind of a bonus shout out for it if you like The Reaper and the Waiting. So that one I'm going to give I'm going to give that one an A.
I mean, I'm sold already.
Yeah.
So, there we go.
I love it. It was just, I think the only thing that would make it a little bit better is if it were a little longer. And again, that just goes back to me wanting to see the characters living their lives.
These artists cannot possibly live up to our standards. Yeah. They're like, we can't write these stories for 20 years.
And I'm like, why not? Please.
Please, I have a family.
Okay,
so funny.
So we're nearing the end of my list now. I have 3 more. The next one is called Tied to You. And so this is a Red String of Fate style story.
I love a good Red String of Fate.
I know you do. Basically, this one, a red ring appears on your finger when you meet your soulmate, basically. And you cannot then, once you know who your soulmate is, you can't sleep without them. Like, you just have to be near them, basically, all the time. Mm-hmm. And it's about Wuxio, and he gets this ring on his finger. He's found his soulmate, but he doesn't know who it is. And he figures out that his soulmate is actually his best friend's older brother. His best friend is Ji Seok. His older brother is Ji Gyeon. And so he's kind of having to figure out, like, how to deal with the fact that his soulmate is his best friend's older brother.
Yeah, that's a weird one to navigate.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. And we also see that Ji Gyeon is kind of manipulative and will do whatever it takes to have Wuxio. He has been in love with him, like, forever and just, you know, wants to be with him. And so it's kind of seeing, like, can they get past all of this deception, all of the lies, all of the dating my brother's best friend kind of thing. It's pretty good. I liked it.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a B.
Okay.
That's just my gut reaction.
I mean, I love a Red String of Fate. That one sounds a little bit more complicated.
It's a little dramatic. I mean, it's like a drama. So
yeah, okay.
I like it though. It's good. I read this one on TappyToon. It's one of the few that I've read on TappyToon. So you do have to pay for that one, like, episode by episode. Mm-hmm. So it's not a Manta one, which most of the other ones are, or Webtoon.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to give that one a read. I'll have to get ahead on my coins.
Yeah.
Start out now.
Okay, so the next one is Who Can Define Popularity? And this one is about Siwon. And he is, like, a super chubby, cute child, but he doesn't like himself as a child. Aww. And so he wants to change everything about him. I think he got rejected as a child by a girl, and that, like, made him self-conscious. And he is upset about that happening and decides he's going to change everything about himself, become super popular and friendly and what he thinks is attractive so that he never has to experience that rejection again.
Yeah.
And that works for him. He's, like, the most popular kid at his school. It's kind of like a big fish, small pond situation. Like, he's the most popular kid at his school. But then he goes to college, and he meets Daeun, and Daeun is, like, more popular, more beautiful, more everything, more charismatic, and just seems to, like, have it all effortlessly. And it really makes Siwon upset. He's like, this guy is stealing my thunder.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all. And he gets, you know, irritated and annoyed. And Daeun is really used to people being in love with him or, like, thinking that he's, like, you know, awesome.
Yeah.
And so he misinterprets Siwon's annoyance with him as like an affection. Like, he thinks that he has a crush on him. And so it's basically just about, like, them interacting, and, like, they start to date after a while, and it's cute, but
it sounds pretty cute.
It's not my favorite. I'm gonna give that one a B as well.
Okay.
All right. We've reached the end of the list. This is the last one. It's called Wistful Summer. And this is about Henry, who has been in love with his best friend Sam since they were children, but has never told Sam about this. Sam eventually goes off and gets married. he gets divorced and comes back into Henry's life. And around the same time that this happens, Henry is guest lecturing at a college, and he runs into a college student named Seth, and Seth thinks that he's a fellow college student because he's pretty young for a guest lecturer.
Yeah.
And so he starts, like, talking with him very casually. And Henry is like, why are you talking to me so casually? Like, don't you understand that you need to respect your elders kind of thing? And Seth, like, doesn't get that they're not the same age. And asks for his number and everything. And Henry kind of goes with it a little bit because Seth reminds him of Sam, who he was in love with and is trying to get over. And so it's basically just, like, about their relationship and him and Sam's relationship, and just trying to, like, move on and heal and see how you feel about people and all of that. Pretty good. I like the art in this one. I think I'm going to give this one a B as well.
Okay.
It wasn't, like, so good that I really, really remember it, but it's not bad. Like, I remember that it was good.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's great. It sounds like this year has been extremely busy for you. And I know that there are quite a few titles that we have read together that you also haven't gotten to talk about.
Yes.
So we'll delve into those just in a few episodes. So tune in there later on. But I'm really glad to hear all of your different rankings, because honestly, there are a few in there that I'm kind of bummed I didn't read this year, because I think it would be a really good way to kind of end the year.
Well, they'll have to be at the top of your list for next year.
Yes, the top of my 400 cell list.
Maybe we should come up with a ranking system for our list.
Oh, we should.
Yeah.
That'll be for our new year.
Yeah.
New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you so much for joining us for part 1 of our 3-part series for rankings. We are so happy that you could join us, and we are looking forward to talking to you on the next one.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.